guys, what is going on? Welcome to episode 13. I regret making that post and letting you guys get me so my legs are all out. I don't know why you guys chose to see me in a Speedo when I have 90% guys watching this. Not really sure what that says about you, whatever. But I'm a man of my word. I made true on it. This is actually not a Speedo. These are actually silkies, something that we used to wear in the Marines all the time. They're pretty short. We used to run in them, swim in them, whatever. So you guys get to see my legs. You get to see some booty, and you get to see a Harley. I haven't done a hood eats on the Harley in some time. Today, we're coming from the historic neighborhood of Little Village. Now, what a better way to start off an episode than tell you guys about some history right away. We're outside of the old Western Electric factory that closed down here in the 1970s and is one of the major three companies that left the west side, that left a lot of these communities jobless. Now, guys, this is the first Hispanic neighborhood that we've done on Hood Eats so far. So we're going to go out, get some amazing tacos on a little family-owned place on 26th and Costner. So I want to get this over with as quick as possible because it is absolutely freezing out here, and you guys got me looking like an absolute idiot. Let's go. All right, guys, so this is the main boulevard down Little Village. This is 26th Street. 26th Street is actually the second highest grossing shopping district in the whole city, right behind Michigan Avenue. Michigan Avenue did like 1.8 billion. Down here did 920 million. So it's a very vibrant community still, even if it is a little bit known for its gangs and violence. It's still a super vibrant community. It's not nearly as run down as a lot of the other neighborhoods are. There's so many murals and actual artwork in this neighborhood that you can just kind of drive around, and it's kind of like going to an art museum. Now, guys, like I already mentioned, this neighborhood is mostly Hispanic. However, coming up in the 40s and even the 50s, this was mostly a Czech, German, and Dutch neighborhood. And it stayed that way for a long time due to two main things, and that is the Gaylords, and there's a reason I rode the Harley today, the Outlaws Motorcycle Club. They kept this neighborhood predominantly white when most of the other neighborhoods were transitioning from white to black, or white to Hispanic. Now, guys, here is home to the Outlaws. Still their big clubhouse here on 25th and Rockwell. You got shot spotters and police cameras all over this neighborhood as well. And these were actually some of the first public housing that Chicago ever built. It was meant for soldiers returning home from World War II. And now the Outlaws and the Gaylords always kept these houses predominantly white. When a couple of the black families started moving in, the Gaylords and the Outlaws pretty much drove them out. When Mexican families started coming into this neighborhood, much like blacks, they were met with opposition. However, they created gangs such as 2-6 and the Latin Kings to pretty much battle these guys for the neighborhood, and ended up being the predominant race in this neighborhood. Now, the Gaylords and the Outlaws obviously still exist on the east side of this neighborhood, but predominantly 26th Street, everything like that, the main district of this neighborhood is Hispanic. Oh man, this looks like a fun intersection, the circle. I've heard this neighborhood called a lot of things. I've heard it called Little Mexico. I've heard it called Midwest Mexico. And Chicago is known for being a sanctuary city, and it's kind of at the forefront of a federal debate on whether or not, to let ICE in or to let people just, be safe here. Now, guys, this neighborhood was also just in the news. Absolute tragedy. A 7-year-old girl dressed up as a bumblebee for Halloween on Halloween Day at like 5. It's like broad daylight. On 26th Street, right here down this main avenue, was shot. She was not the intended target. It was, gang members shooting gang members, but she got hit. So it just kind of brings home that a lot of these kids in these neighborhoods aren't safe, even when you think they would be safe. Even as Little Village has become less and less violent, and less and less shootings go on in this neighborhood, it still hits home that violence like that could take place at any time, anywhere, to anyone. Look at that, beautiful. That clock was donated by Mexico. Now guys, we can't cover this neighborhood and not talk about what lays in the far east part of it, and that is Cook County Jail. It's one of the most, if not the most notorious jail in the country. It's held everyone from Al Capone to the Flores brothers, Larry Hoover, and John Wayne Gacy, the infamous clown serial killer. This is California and 26th, all the way down to California and 31st. So it's a very big and sprawling jail on both sides of the street. I think it holds like 85 or 9,000 inmates at a time. And they actually used to execute people here as well, but they stopped doing that in the 70s, I think, and then started resuming it again in the 90s with lethal injection. Cook County Department of Corrections, maximum security. You don't want to go there, boys. You don't want to go. Now, this was the addition that they added years ago because Cook County Jail was becoming so overcrowded. Now, we're going to this place on 26th and Costner. La Tequila El Migro. I know I'm butchering the name. I'm sorry, I'm so white. I'm butchering this name, but we're gonna go try it out. Have probably some of the most authentic Mexican food that you can get in the city. There it is, Tequila El Migro. The churros bike. Man, this place is packed. Holy moly. Look at this line. I'm gonna go wait for our food, I guess. A little bit of horchata. Look at that steak. Delicious. Really good. What do you think? Little street vendors like this are a pretty common sight here in Little Village. Alright guys, so Tequila El Migro, you know, not bad. Not bad. I didn't get cheese on my taco. I thought, she said it comes with everything and there was no cheese, so I was a little bit disappointed in that. I know authentic Mexican might not have as much cheese as American stuff. They say the same thing about Italian too, that in Italy it's less about the cheese on the pizza and more about the sauce. I mean, just street vendor setup everywhere. But guys, I think that's all what makes this community so unique. So guys, this is definitely some of the best kept houses as far as some of the more violent neighborhoods. There is so few abandoned and just like let go houses here. That's normally the opposite when you think of some of these neighboring communities. So Little Village used to be South Lawndale, and you look at North Lawndale, which is just like an abandoned, crime-ravaged slum, and then you come, you know, literally across the street to Ogden to a more Hispanic community, and these houses are so well kept. I mean, it's a super cute little neighborhood. Yeah, there's been, you know, gang violence here, but it's pretty condensed down to gang on gang crime. It's not like when you look at some of these other neighborhoods like Garfield or Englewood or, you know, Holman Square or Austin, whatever, where you just get a block shot up at a block party. Just everybody there gets shot. It's not really like that here in Little Village. Now, stuff like what happened to that little girl, yes, that still does happen, but for the most part, it's gang on gang. So I guess I should tell you about Little Village's neighbors. It has, of course, North Lawndale to the north. It has Cicero, which is a suburb technically, to its west. It has the heart of Chicago neighborhood to the east, and it has Interstate 55 to its south. So guys, like I already said, this neighborhood ranked number 10 in the most violent neighborhoods in 2018. It had 90 shootings, 11 homicides, and 79 people wounded. So why, one might ask, why Little Village is in such better condition than the rest of these violent neighborhoods? Yeah, I think that Hispanic values play a lot into it, but I think a huge sign too, as we look around here, is that a lot of the churches are in good shape, which means that religion means a lot to a lot of the people in the Hispanic community. I think that's another reason that this community is so vibrant when it comes to business and upkeep on the houses. And no, it's not a money issue, because Little Village is one of the poorest communities in Chicago. Or, you know, the net household income a year is something like $20-something thousand. There's people living there way below the poverty line, but yet you see their neighborhood in such better shape. Okay guys, so the cold not only sucked the warmth out of me, it also sucked the juice out of my GoPro. I just threw a new battery in it so I could finish up the vlog. I'm so ready to take these off. I'm so sick of getting all these weird looks from everybody. Why you in booty shorts on a Harley when it's 30 something degrees out? I walked in that Mexican restaurant, everyone's like, what the hell? But guys, I really do appreciate you tuning into the channel. I appreciate everything you guys do. And I only did this stupid challenge because of how much I actually love you guys. So if you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. It helps so much. And as always, guys, this is your least favorite motovlogger saying peace out, love y'all, and respect life.